This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Murphy Law Firm, Veterans Help Foundation, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Louisiana State Parks, Relief Windows, Visit Baton Rouge, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. We're here at Bedrooms, Boudin Cajun Meats in Port Allen, Louisiana. And we have our special guest today, Derek Poor. Derek, you are doing something very special. You are a soldier, and we do a lot of things with our wounded warrior heroes and all our soldiers and veterans help and all the things that we do. We always looking to do something else, but you're doing something not only is benefiting you, but nobody should know more than you know of what soldiers go through once they've been in service and wounded or become handicapped.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is something we do in a boat for handicapped people, but you're getting ready to do something, a big try, first time. Derek, this is something unique. And first time I've heard of squirrel rodeos and things, but we're gonna have a hog rodeo.
Yes, sir.
A rodeo, a tournament. And it's going to be where?
It's going to be out of Abbeville, Louisiana, but the tournament itself is a statewide hog hunting tournament.
Well, we're going to get back with more of that when coming up. We had a busy week. And talking about dogs, and we're going to be dogs and hogs a lot coming up in this show. I got to make a hunt at my brother's place up in Mississippi with a young lady. We're going to bring in more of that. We went up there right now because they trying to do their management. They want to get rid of the does. It was the last weekend. So we were up there hunting, and in 20 years, I finally had a chance to get a gun and take a shot at a buck. I'm gonna let y'all see that. You know, it's an 8-point buck, and I got to take a shot on the last day, but most of it is videoing this young girl named Morgan Babin and this 14-year-old girl, tremendous outdoor lady. You can say she's come up hunting. Her and her daddy, we were there for 2 days, and what a beautiful place my brother and them have. He shares it with a lot of people, a lot of veterans, a lot of people that are handicapped, and very private, but still they do a tremendous job of entertaining up there. So we're going to show you some of that. We're going to bring Morgan hunting, and she'll be hunting next week when we bring that to her. But we made a trip over there, and a good friend of mine, or my brothers and them, Paul Schaefer had his tracking dog. He was also my guide for that last evening. So we get to watch his tracking dog do his job after them does. I don't know if they quite met their quota, but I'll let y'all see what happens with the buck. So we got a redfish interview with more information, a redfish rodeo that's coming up called the World Series. It's a thing that's coming up that's going to combine all the redfish. We do an interview with Greta Griffin on that, and Wanda Stewart brought me down there. We got a lot of events coming up. We got a lot of things coming up, and for seminars and stuff are coming up, and I'll remind you more about that. We got a hunt report. It's not very good and not much. Well, that says not very good. It wasn't no duck season. It was a bad one. In the future, we're going to bring you more. We're going to have a roundtable discussion. We're gathering information now on the ducks that I'll bring to you later in a fishing report. But the big thing this week is hog hunting.
Hogs.
We got video, hog with hog dogs. And, you know, this rodeo, when we come back, we'll start talking about it right off the bat. So stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave and crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Derek, before we get talking about dogs and hogs and everything else, tell me a little bit about Derek Poor.
Yes, sir. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from a town in Texas called Wichita Falls. I grew up there hunting with my uncles and fishing with my daddies and everything. And, you know, I joined the service when I was 19 years old. I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana. I was in Afghanistan for OEF 10 and 11. I came back as I'm a combat engineer, and we specialize in clearing the way. We find, identify, and dispose of high explosives overseas, and we clear the route to make sure that the troops behind us don't get blown up. That was our job. I came back from Afghanistan, and wouldn't you know it, I found me a Louisiana girl. I married her up. She's the most beautiful thing ever, and this is where I stayed. We now have a 2-year-old, and we are passionate about hunting and fishing. We run dogs ourselves. We go out with other friends who got dogs, and we just have a good old time catching these pigs.
You know, dogs enhance any kind of hunt you want to do. I was raised with squirrel dogs and rabbit dogs, you know, and when I got into duck hunting, nothing saves more game and enhance a hunt than a lab, okay? A retriever, it just does it. And we got Don on the show. Don always had bird dogs, so you know we woodcock hunt, we quail hunt, and we do everything they got to do with wing shooting, and then which that is my favorite. So we think about dogs, but now with labs and it's dogs are just everything. They enhance anything. They use them now to find dope, be a comfort dog or whatever, you know, bringing people. For years they take care of the blind, you know, they lead them around, they lead dogs. There's so many things that dogs enhance.
Yes, sir.
Now what's becoming popular, and you say you got one, is a tracking dog.
Yes, sir.
Deer hunters and them have recovered more deer with a tracking dog where they would have never found them. They'd have lost the meat. So tell me what you think. What about your tracking dog?
Well, not only do dogs get the job done that you teach them to do, what's more better than having a dog around, you know? It's just a comfort zone. Looking at them, they're pretty, you know, and tracking is needed. You don't want
get
to
in trouble now. You're talking about a pretty wife and a pretty dog.
There you go. My wife comes first, but the dog's pretty.
Yeah, the dog's important. Though.
Yes, sir. You got to think about it. Do you really want to leave that game in that woods for coyotes you get to and you're going to tear up? You just killed it for meat to put in your freezer. You want to find it one way or another. Call a buddy up who's got a good dog and got a good nose.
He's very successful. You'll see a little bit later about my buck. So, but you got to leave him a sign, you know, to find him. So, let's go. This happened one the evening hunts, and they were going back and they were looking for these deer that happened to run off. They didn't make them perfect shots. But next week I'm gonna show you a perfect shot. This young lady can shoot that gun, boy. She dropped one. But this here looking at another deer somebody shot. My nephew shot late in the evening, and they're tracking it. So Let's go look at Paul Schaefer and his tracking dog.
Okay, so if you want to know, it was there. I shot it. It hit and rolled, ran that way, fell, and then pushed itself back around this way and went in right over there. So it looks like she's actually following where it ran, where it made its
It went into the left.
probably laying in that tree.
I already looked.
I said that blood on the side of the foot. Here's, you film?
It's actually right. She's going to it. That's where it went across right here.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta go? No. I'm gonna get it outside of the job. Sorry. You alright?
Good job, Presley.
Damn, that thing's slick.
Hold up, we'd ride a bike to it. Dang.
Ooh, target practice don't do much, does it?
No.
Yikes.
Good job, P-Dog.
Good job, girl. That's why you wait on the dog, right there. That's a big old nanny, too. Where's Kevin?
Okay, we're here with Paul Schaefer. Tell us what you had to do, Paul.
We had a little bit of a bad shot on a deer this evening, and we wasn't positive if it was good or bad, but we always wait on the dog. So we went back to the camp, got us a good old sauce pecan. Matt cooked and ate and sat around, talked a while, waited on the dog, come back down in here, and thank goodness we did wait, because we needed the dog on this one. Old Presley went right in there to her and found her. There she is.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
This is something you know a lot about and you've been doing now. How many years you been doing with hunting dogs in the sport?
I started hunting dogs down here about October of 2014 when I got out the service. Got with a friend that I worked with, and he started taking me out in the woods, but we've been dog hunting back in Texas for forever.
Are we making a dent? You know, this is, the people say, whatever you call this really hunting, it's really eradication.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of it. I mean, they tearing up farms and woods and habitat for deer and rabbits and everything. I mean, they destroying the woods someplace.
Yes, sir. And what the Wildlife and Fisheries is saying is that in order for us to even make a dent in the population, to get it in control, we would have to kill 70% of the population in one time go. I mean, a sow breeds every 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and she's having 8 to 12, you know? And they're tearing up, they're carnivorous on each other. You got a dog outside, a small dog, you better hope the hogs ain't around, because that's probably dinner to them.
Well, Mr. Mike Fidella and his crew, Steve Hartley and all those guys showed me a video that I got to share. You can share it on YouTube too. They got two or three of them on there. They got one called Big Red. Let's go look at this video and you see how much fun it can be and how challenging it is. And maybe it's just making a dent, but it's doing help. It's helping some way.
Yes, sir.
This is Mike Fidel and all them crews. This is in the Pearl River Swamp. Marsh, excuse me.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine, and Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
My heart was moving. How you don't get that excited? A little 8 point. He wants to know. He got to live again.
That's right.
You sure I didn't miss it? I missed it. How you can tell when they don't go that way?
Well, he didn't. I mean, he didn't act yet in the video, but that's.
Huh?
We'll replay the video and look at it, but I feel like you missed him.
I was aiming for his shoulder. I tell you what, there ain't much room. That thing moving.
That's right.
That far. What's that, about 100 yards?
It's about 140 yards, 150 yards down there.
Mm-hmm. Put that safety back on.
Flip it back. You gotta bolt that bullet out first. Bolt that bullet out. Now, push it forward. Now put it on safety. All right.
I ain't never seen one sit that still that long.
I ain't either. He must have had another buck down there or something.
I mean, he ain't moved. He was looking at us, and he stayed there
5 minutes.
10 minutes before we got the okay to shoot. It was clear. You see it moving a little bit. Took a deep breath now.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Talking about redfish, well, there's so many redfish tournaments around here. Mr. Critter Griffin's going to tell you more about one coming up in St. Bernard later this year, how it's going to combine. They're going to qualify for all the redfish tournaments you know. these people are going to be coming to St. Bernard later this year. This is Greta Griffin, and I got my good buddy Wanda Stewart. She was right there and introduced me. We did this interview, by the way, in Delacroix. If you ever been to Delacroix, and I'm going to be going there tomorrow, but with Jack and them, but they got a place called Pelican, a houseboat called Pelican Roost. You won't believe this place. So here we are going down Delacroix with Grit. That's been nothing like grits. He's a hard name to say. Greta Griffin. Now, how you get involved over here? Your name is Greta?
Gritter.
Greta Griffin.
Yeah, like critter, but gritter with a G.
Grit. But grit. You like grits?
I do like grits.
You Southern grits?
Southern grits, Alabama grits.
You like biscuits and you like
biscuits, gravy, bacon.
White bread, you like it all.
Oh yeah.
Greta, you pretty big guy too. You
well, it's them
from
grits.
Alabama, did you tell me right? You went to Auburn as a freshman, but you're an Alabama fan?
It was an accident. I couldn't help it.
Most people, you can't do a little bit more. Here in Louisiana, if Louisiana Lafayette starts doing good, we pull for them.
Yeah.
Any other team in Louisiana or the Southeastern Conference, that don't work in Alabama.
Well, you know, I'm an LSU fan until they play Alabama. I can't go both ways then. No.
I believe in that. There's something big coming up.
There is.
Anytime you mention the word World Series, that's big.
It is.
We talking about a redfish World Fish.
Yes, sir. We are.
Tell me how this gets started. I know this is one of the things you started. This is your baby.
It is.
But you've been fishing redfish circuits all over Louisiana, all over the Southeast, almost all your life.
Well, 20 years since it started. I'm probably the last man standing that fished from the beginning to now, which all that means is I'm old.
Tell us about this World Series.
Well, let me tell you.
How it started and how we gonna help it.
Well, here's what happened. Gary, I'll tell you, I fished the redfish competitive events all over the country, from Texas to the Carolinas, for 20 years. And what I found is there's a whole lot of different ideas about how tournaments ought to be run, but there's no continuity. You know, there's different leagues, there's different divisions, there's different tours, but nobody had an idea about how to combine it all, how to grow an industry, truly professional industry out of this whole deal. So it remains sort of a fragmented amateur event everywhere. Well, I thought it ought to be better than that because I liked it so much. So I had this idea that if we would create a sentinel event, a World Series, like the World Cup, like the World Series of baseball, you know, like the Super Bowl, something where the
That's the college World Series where they're coming from all over.
Something where the best guys out there, no matter what tour they fished on, would come together all at one time, and we would see really who the world champion was. So I put it together, working with St. Bernard Parish on this deal. They bought into it. They're excited about it. I'm excited about it. The anglers are excited about it. And we're going to pull off the first one in September this year. So,
how much money are we talking about?
Well, the guys that win first place are going to have a check for $50,000. They're going to have a bronze redfish statue that we commissioned a world-class sculptor to build. Each one of them going to get one. They're about $6,000 a piece. They're going to have a championship ring, same as any Super Bowl winner would have, and they're going to be world champions, the first ever.
Where's some of the qualifying tournaments? Some that are on right now, and they got so many redfish, sir. And like you said, 20 years.
Yep.
I've been doing the show 17 years, and we used to do the Redfish Cup down in Venice.
Yes, sir.
With Fish Fishburne and IFA. Now they got the kayak tournaments. And tell us, what's some of the ones you fished?
All of them. The IFA, the Redfish Cup, Tito's, Rudy's. The only one I guess I hadn't fished is Southern Redfish Cup over in the Carolinas, but I fished the Redfish Cup over in the Carolinas on the championship. But the thing is that what we've determined, what we did for this first year, you know, we got to figure out who's the best 48 teams in the country, right? And we got a couple of those guys here with us today. But what we did is we went back 3 years, and we went to a very complicated system, added up all the points. We got the top guys, we invited them, and every one of them said, yes, I'm in, right? All of them. They said, I'm in, we're going to play.
Invitation.
Yes. So it's strictly an invitational event.
Just like Bassmaster Classic.
That's right. That's the only way in. So once we did that, we had to come up with a system so we could figure out who's going to be in there in 2020 and 2021. So we developed a ranking system. It's very simple.
It's already.
It's all done.
Right now.
It's all done.
It's already cut and done for.
You can
for
finish.
19.
You can.
For
Yes,
2020, there's still a chance.
you can qualify this year for 2020 on any tour out there. Every tour has got spots available to qualify. All you got to do is fish them, and that's our entire goal in the World Series is not to have another tournament. The whole goal is to unify the competitive red fishing industry.
How did you pull that off?
Well, I hadn't yet, but I'm working on it.
Pretty close. You got people I know that if you're already set for this year, and then next year right around the corner,
Oh, it's coming.
I hear you got people chomping in a bit. Got women's teams. I know I fished with one this year, and there's people already talking about it. We got Wanda Stewart, by the way, put me on to this. I didn't even know who he was. Y'all seen Wanda on my show. Wanda she's a guru. She can be a pain in the butt, but I'm gonna tell you what, she does things to help this industry. And when people really find out, they're gonna use her like I use. And she's very important to this deal for you.
Oh, yeah.
With all her social media.
Sure.
You know what I know about social media? I thought that's when you go to church and you're social.
And you get
you drink
socially mediated.
Yeah, you drink a beer and tell everybody, hey.
Well, there's
but,
that.
Paradise, Louisiana, been running 7 years, and we're trying to get better. I drove all the way to Delacroix tonight before you leave, go back to Alabama.
I appreciate it.
Behind every successful man, there's a woman pushing him and tell him how wrong he is.
That's correct.
I met your wife a while ago, and I hope to see you. We're going to visit again with some of the people that are here. Wanda's going to have this on her website, and she'll be here in a minute to tell you more where you can find her. So stay tuned. We at the Pelican Roost.
The Pelican
I passed this thing. I've never been in this houseboat.
Pretty nice,
Hot
isn't it?
tubs, everything. Oh,
It's
yeah.
nice,
I believe
isn't
I
it?
can handle some
You
of
can
that.
take this, right?
About a week.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah,
food, the cook. And the guy that's running here is a pretty good guy. He's
Roger's
from
a
Canada.
good guy. Yeah.
I want to know about Canadian bacon.
Don't tell everybody he's from Canada. He'll talk about it. He'll talk about
We'll let him talk about it. Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Thank you for coming to Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
And keep pushing St. Bernard.
We're going to do it.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
You ever come to Louisiana?
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
This is our news and event report right now. And let me tell you what, the Gulf Council right now is getting ready to do the final actions on the state management of recreational red snapper. The final draft is already out. Amendment 50. They're meeting all day on Monday, February the 18th in Tampa, Florida. So it starts in the morning with different meetings, and they'll be getting down to the final stages in the afternoon. And you can watch that. It's broadcast on the internet. You can go to gulfcouncil.com or whatever, and you can watch the whole proceedings if you're that interested in. But you can watch Paradise, Louisiana, and we're going to tell you what becomes of it next week. So it'll be on February the 18th. Be looking forward. Bassmaster Central Open coming to Toledo Bend, February 20th to the 22nd. That sounds like them dates sort of interfere with what we got going on. But if you're in the Toledo Bend area and you want to go see these pros, and not only this, the Open is something a little bit different. It leads up to the Elite and the Bassmaster Classic, but most of these are pros and co-anglers. A lot of people qualify, and that's how they wind up. like we showed you last week, these young people that are fishing these national tournaments, the Elite, the Bassmaster Classic, FLW. Any of these tournaments are coming up. Some places where the pros are still fishing this. I can remember my real good friend, Homer Humphreys. That's where he started. And I can't tell you how many classics he made through there. So want to do that. Also, Toledo Bend, they got an electronic class. We're going to bring y'all one pretty soon. I'm going to go to front and back, and I'm going to get those guys to explain to you, and help you how to read your GPS and how to, look at your depth finders and how to read it. Well, they got an electronic class with Donald Gleason. Donald Gleason, by the way, he's got seven lunkers out of Toledo Bend in the lunker program. Now, this seminar is going to be at Cypress Bend Resort. And if you want to find out more, all you got to do is go to their website over there at Toledo Bend Country. And you can look at their website and tell you. By the way, if you're keeping up with the lunker program, as of February 1st, there's 19 lunkers already this year. So that's going to end sometime in the middle of May, end of May. Spring Fish Festival, Wednesday, February 27th, from 6 to 9 at Low Road Brewery. There's a whole list. You look at this brochure here or this flyer, there's going to be a whole bunch of experts from Sac-A-Lait, inshore fishermen, freshwater fishermen, tips, everything going to be over there. I've never been there, but the Low Road Brewery. It's at 11110 CM Fagan Drive in Hammond, Louisiana. Baton Rouge Cajun Long Spurs. You can't use no dogs for them, huh?
Say again?
You can't use no dogs for the turkey.
No, you can't use no dogs for no turkey, that's for sure.
I'm just being crazy. Look, by the way, the Long Spurs, their banquet with the National Wild Turkey Federation, the Hunting Heritage Banquet, it'll be Friday, March the 1st at the LSU Mini Forum, okay? And that starts at 6 o'clock. March 1st, Mini Forums, National Wild Turkey Federation. Coons West, now this come through the internet, somebody told me, Coons West is trying to start back up the tarpon fishing clubs like they used to have, and they're gonna have a meeting in Homer on February the 13th. They're gonna meet in Homer, so if you wanna find out more, y'all get in touch with Coons West out of Cocodrie and find out more what it is. Governor Edwards, by the way, appointed Brent Haas as the CPRA Executive Director. Here at Paradise, Louisiana, we appreciate, Johnny Bradbury did, we appreciate all the jobs we've been doing. But Brent Haas has worked close with all of us, all the programs we've been, the trips we've been down and looking at the diversions and everything. He's well qualified, he's a tremendous person. He's his skills are talking and being a lot better than mine, but he is very good at what he does and holding seminars and ever. And you can contact him over there at CPRA. If you want to know anybody, you're a group of people. Brent Haas is going to be a blessing to CPRA and the coast of Louisiana. So we're looking forward to working with you, Brent. This is something that's going to be a little controversial. We were talking about ducks. Before we get to you, we were talking about bad duck season. Well, Paradise, Louisiana is going to hold a roundtable between now and when the Wildlife and Fisheries make their final statement after the hearing they're going, and their meeting in April, first meeting in April, they're going to set the seasons. And you know there's some controversy going on right now about teal season. You know, they want to go back teal season, going to cut back to 4 teal. A lot of biologists, a lot of people are opposed to it. I'm opposed to it. Anybody that follows what's going on in biology, or remember teal season this year, there was no reason. Teal season was the only thing kept things alive this year, as far as having teal. So, but they still voted. They're gonna have their last vote in April. So you need to get in touch with the Wildlife and Fisheries Commission and before they make the final vote and voice your opinion. If we told you all the time, if you sit back there, you snooze, you lose. I'm opposed to it. I'm gonna voice my opinion today, and I'm gonna leave it, let you make up your own opinion. We don't need to cut back to 4 teal. You know, a lot of people don't hunt teal season because it's hot and mosquitoes, but the people that do love it, and it was nice a few years back when they give us 6 teal. One other thing I see right now, I was gonna tell you, we're gonna have a duck. There's a duck seminar coming up also Thursday, February 21st at the Magdalene Place, 2 South Magdalene Square in Abbeville, Louisiana. And it starts at 6 o'clock in the evening, and that gives you a chance to voice your opinion. They're gonna be people from Ducks Unlimited and other places. My roundtable discussion, we're gonna invite people from the Flyaway Foundation. I got their names, I'm gonna call them. I haven't got any report from them now, but I got representatives coming from DU, Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, maybe have somebody from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Delta Waterfowl. So if y'all hear that, and you with one of them groups, and you got the guy that's the best spokesman for what's happening this year, tell them to call me, contact me, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com, and I'll see if we can work them in that roundtable discussion. And remember, it's going to be before the April meeting, so it'll be sometime in March, probably. Let me see if I got anything else. No, now we come to you. Where you go? Tell me about Troops and Tusk.
Yes, sir. Well, I came up with this idea quite a ways back, and I wanted to accomplish 3 goals: helping out the veterans. I've been there myself. You know, 22 veterans kill themselves a day in this country, and it's sad. The hog population is outrageous down here in the south part of the U.S., and they're tearing up millions of dollars worth of damage. And we all try to help out, hunting, trapping, whatever it may be. But I think that if we can coordinate an event that can do a good bit of destruction on a weekend, plus help the homeless shelters and the less fortunate get fed, then that's what it's about. So each team on here is split between a dog category and a still hunting category. Each team involved gets a veteran that I attach to them from Hero Hunts out of Kaplan, Louisiana. You've done work with them quite a bit. Also with the Frederick A-Bear Post 4158 out of Abbeville. I'll attach a veteran from either one of those organizations to that team. That veteran has to kill 1 hog during the weekend. And after that, if he can't keep up, that's fine. It's understand. But he has to kill at least 1 hog during the event. If he's with the dog team, he's stabbing it with a knife. If he's with the still hunt, he takes it with the weapon of his choice. It starts at 12 on Friday, which is the 22nd. And as long as you're in the parking lot for 2 p.m. on Sunday, your pig will get weighed. All the meat is going to local shelters and people who are less fortunate, helping feed them and putting that in the freezer. We're not letting this animal go to waste.
Yeah, you got to tell me again about this meat place, that packing place that is storing all these hogs, because you see some of the pictures that in the hunt report. You're going to see the hogs are coming in right now about a trailer load. And people kill them at night, they're trapping them in pens. You can do any of this, am I correct?
You can't trap in the pens. It's strictly hunting. No trapping in the pens and killing in the pens.
I'm glad you told that. No trapping in the pens.
It's strictly hunting. We're trying to get the best of the best to show their best, and we'll see who wins on the top. Diamond G Meats, we were grateful enough to find a place to help us facilitate this tournament. They'll be doing the weighing in. All the hogs come in gutted.
And this is going to be a little festival deal. Y'all,
Yes,
while
sir.
this is going on, anybody can come, but Sunday is the big day, right?
Sunday's the big day. We got a couple of local bands. We got some vendors. And we have some special guests coming, and I'm not going to let nobody know who it is yet, but we have some special guests coming in.
Got some Cajun music. We don't want.
Yeah, we got some Cajun music from down there in Kaplan.
Might have some cowboys, though. You from Texas.
Well, I can't help it. I love my country, so.
There you go. But let me ask you this. You were talking about this is only making a dent.
This is,
in your opinion, what we got to do to really get it under control? People in Florida say they're keeping it under control. I've heard people in Texas say they're starting to get some control.
They're starting to get it in control because people are realizing the problem. However, how many posts do you see about a feral hog going through a neighborhood in Texas or a neighborhood in Mississippi or something like that? These animals get to the point where they're not scared, that's a dangerous situation. And they're hungry, it's a dangerous situation. I don't think poisoning is the answer because it'll affect the rest of our environment. I think it's going to be a steady, hard control of hunting and trapping.
All year long.
All year long. All year long.
So, well, we'll come back with a fishing report. I want to thank you for making a trip and come and see me.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to do the best I can to be there maybe Sunday. You know, I'll probably be Thursday in Abbeville that night, Thursday night for that duck seminar, but maybe I can get Slade Abear. He was doing that eradication of hogs over there. Where's Trout, Louisiana?
Trout? Can't say I know where that's at.
I don't know either, but we'll be back with a fishing report. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Get in touch with Derek Poor. How can they get in touch with you?
My number is 337-353-0047. You can reach me by email. It's derek.k.poore, derek.k.poore@gmail.com.
Maybe we can get Chris to run at it. Thank you.
I appreciate it, sir.
Contacting me. I look forward to being
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you for serving our country.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
Thank you, Mooney Badron, and all the Badron crew here. I'm going to tell you what, the smell is unbelievable. And when I leave here, I'm getting ready to go eat some of that Tuesday chicken stew. This is Tuesday. We usually tape on Monday, but that chicken stew is unbelievable. We'll be right. We've got the fishing report getting ready to come to you right now, and the hunting report. I'm going to start off quick so I can go eat. Now, here we are right here in the hunting season's about to wind down. The deer season just wound down. You saw what happened. By the way, to defend myself, that was a barred gun. I was a little shaky side to side. I don't know, and it was about 100 yards, so you saw what I did. I missed it, but overall, it's been a good deer season. I've been getting some reports, and some people haven't had a good season, and we ain't been getting out there people complaining. But they're complaining about the ducks, and everybody knows what we went through. I know they had some youth hunts. Some of the people did good. Bobby Black told me that his brother and them took some kids Saturday, and they got their limits of mallards. The same place I was a few weeks back, and we ain't killed a duck, okay? But that's the way it is. I didn't get a report from Top Gun, but if I do get one, see how their last youth hunt again, and what he think. Top Gun might, if I can get him down here with a promise I'll take him turkey hunting, I might be able to get him down here and him and be in the round table. And I'm talking about Kobe and them over there at Top Gun. The hogs have been the big word. You know, seen when Mike Videla and them, and they hunting that Pearl River swamp. These guys here hunting all the swamps down below E-Raft. for some reason, the marshes seem to be the hottest places for killing these hogs. But we don't want to forget. We got Mr. Langwall. He's going to be killing them at night. And he started bringing, he was waiting for deer season to end. So I'll be having him on the show in the next couple of weeks. And him with his night vision cameras and killing those big hogs at night, I'm waiting on him. So I'm sure he's scouting right now, and he might have already killed. So I'll bring Mr. Langwall on pretty soon. Now, that's all I got. I mean, but this is the best picture I had all week. Trip Bernard and his dog in Palmetto. Woodcock. Woodcock just went away January 31st too. So this season is closed, but what a beautiful picture. Trip Bernard, his dog out of Palmetto, Louisiana. Great picture. Thank you, Brian Briggs, for sending that. Now, fishing report, I got a short one. And freshwater, you look at this picture, Bootsy Toops. Everybody knows him from Grand Isle. Bootsy Toops is one of the best trout fishermen that ever happened over there on the coast. But Bootsy lives out a little bit further around the Zalmas, and he's fishing off the bank in Lafitte with live shiner. Look at the size of these bass and these sac-a-lait. Bootsy, thank you. You know, that'd be a nice trip. That'd make it a good show. Why don't you just call me? I'll come over there and we'll do a remembrance of your dad. And I'll come over there and do it fishing. So see it. Looking forward to it. Lake des Almas is still the hottest place I've been hearing. KD went to Lake Barrett the other day. He had about 6 or 7 bites on the bass fishing. But the sac-a-lait I've been hearing, a lot of people fishing. They're not catching many in the Lake Barrett area, but when they find them, they're big. They're catching big. The Zalmas, they're everywhere. That's where people are telling me where they're fishing. I don't know more. In a few weeks, I'll probably try to get the crappie psychic over here, and he'd be fishing that area. So that's the freshwater report. The spillway, I don't know when it was going to start falling, but when it does, I'm going to be the first to let you know, and I'm going to be the first in there. Because sometimes when the water starts falling, and it's high like it is, it'll fall 3 times, 2 times before they get the snow melt in July. But I can remember catching fish in February when the water was high and it started falling, and then again in between March and April. So here we go again. Got to watch that river. On the coast right now, fishing the Delacroix, that's the big news right now. I got a call yesterday. Sunday, Monday, and everything, Captain Jack out of Delacroix, all his captains are ready. All his places are ready to go. There's shrimp, live bait right now. Live shrimp is the thing. They got all the live bait you want, and they're catching fish. So all you got to do is get ready. You want to go to Delacroix. If you want to call before you go, and when you get to Delacroix, you ask Jack, and you call that number at the marina. They will, you go there, they will pinpoint and tell you exactly where their captains are catching fish. Ain't many people do that. They do it at Island Marina, but they also do it at Delacroix. You can get in touch with Jack when you go down there. I'll be there tomorrow, I hope. Good day fishing with Jack and KD. Here's the pictures he sent to me. This is Tony Pigley with Pigley Sporting Goods and Mr. Alvin. They had 60 trout, and they left them biting on live shrimp. They had to get back there, and then that's 3 people. That's 15 shy of a limit. And like I said, they left them biting. They were fishing live shrimp. The water is clean over there. They had another group of people. Here they are in a box. They ain't got their name. They had 75 trout. That was on the 3rd. So that was Sunday. That was Saturday. The redfish are still over there. They've been over there. They're catching big ones. Here's Ricky Major, and here's some more people showing some fish off. Delacroix is the way to go. Delacroix, right now, hot. And it just become hot. And people catching nothing but redfish, so go over there. Here's from the Sulphur Mine area. Tom LeBlanc and them sent me this report, and he gives that thorough report. But they traveled that area. They didn't catch nothing in the sulfur mine itself, but they had 15 specks, an old bar blue, 2 in bar blue, 2 reds, and 2 bass. So they finally made a dent. Grand Isle, when we go out, he might show you some of this commercial. Tony Vidrine, still catching fish. It depends on how the weather. One day he's catching them on live shrimp, free lining shrimp. A lot of people catching fish now is different. They're using pogies, live pogies. So, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm doing it again. Cockahoo minnows, live cockahoo minnows have been a big thing, for especially the redfish. Under a cork, live cockahoo minnows is the one. Now, Island Marina is another place where they're having no trouble at all catching redfish, and a few of the specks are starting to make it back in the areas back in Lake Catherine, Lake Bourne, all them places. Now, they were catching all them bass and everything, all in them little canals off the intercoastal canal. So, Island Marina, if you want any kind of questions, all you got to do is call them over there. Miss Angie and David, they'd be glad to give you some information. They all got live bait. That's Paradise, Louisiana. I'm sorry I rushed through it. And make that clear if you got any questions. And keep reminding me to give you these reports and to give you the dates and when some of these seminars are coming on and speak your piece. Also, please keep sending me your pictures. Give me a full report, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. Until next week, I'm Gary Rasponi. Thanks to Badron, Boudin, and Cajun Meats. Come see them.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Murphy Law Firm, Veterans Help Foundation, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Louisiana State Parks, Relief Windows, Visit Baton Rouge, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.